Hi YouTube, it's Natasha, Mrs. N. Burns. Today is Monday, November 21st, 2011. I am a year and 3 weeks out from vertical sleeve surgery, and I had a follow-up today with my surgeon, Dr. Bacall. Um, I went in to check my overall progress and also to discuss with him the possibility of me getting a tummy tuck ASAP. So, um, had an uneventful visit. I weighed in at 183 according to his scale. According to my scale, I weighed myself this morning, and again when I got home from my doctor's appointment, I was 180. So I really believe that I'm 180, um, and that's what I'm going with. I am about 2 or 3 pounds up from the lowest I've gotten to, but that's due to the fact that I wasn't making the best food choices last week, and I also did not work out. Um, but other than that, everything was fine. All my lab work was good. My blood pressure was a little elevated, but I go see my PCP on Wednesday, and we will discuss that a little more because it doesn't seem like my water pill is working for my blood pressure. This particular water pill that he has me on. I haven't been on this one before. Um, so that was that. I discussed a tummy tuck with my plastic surgeon. I was hoping to have it done in January because um, I am an adult services worker um, for the state of Michigan, and I do home calls. And I just thought it would be really nice to be off in January and February when it's snowing and freezing out. I just thought that would be a nice time to be off work. And I don't have that many visits to do in January and February, so I wouldn't be that behind when I came back to work. Um, but I have Blue Cross, I have to lose 100 pounds. And according to their records, because they started me at 279, although I started myself at 285, um, I've only lost 97 pounds. 96, 97 pounds according to his record. So I need to lose, he said about 5 or 6 more pounds should be sufficient for Blue Cross. And then on top of that, I have to be stable at a weight for a few months. So he scheduled me for a follow-up appointment um, towards the end of March. And if I've lost the weight at that point, then go back downstairs.
Okay.
Thank you. If I've lost the weight at that point, then he can schedule me for my tummy tuck. But we did discuss the procedure, and he actually drew on my stomach the areas of skin that would be removed, and it's quite. It was. I was kind of surprised. It seems like it's a lot that what's being left isn't going to stretch sufficiently to close up. Because he actually drew a line above my belly button, and he said from that line down to my pubic bone will all be removed, and they'll pull the skin down and stitch it. And I'm not understanding how that's going to work. Um, but I trust him. I do, and I've met some of the nurse aides that were helping me in the hospital. He had done tummy tucks on them, and they looked great, and they were very pleased. So I trust that he'll do a good job, and I won't be left with a gaping hole. Um, so I think that's it with my doctor visit. He did say that he was very pleased with my progress, although he feels like my weight loss is pretty much done, which he warned me at my last appointment that I was probably nearing the end of, um, oops, the end of my weight loss with the sleeve. He said if it hasn't stopped at this point, it's, slowed down considerably. But he said he's very pleased for me to have had the sleeve and to be female, that I've lost a considerable amount of weight, that it's really been successful. Because if you all remember, excuse me, not my surgeon, but the nurse was really trying to pressure me to get the bypass. She really felt like the bypass was the better choice. She had had a bypass. And because the sleeve was so fairly new, and I guess they had had a lot of women who had not been, they hadn't been that successful with it, she really felt like I should get the bypass. He felt like I should get whatever I was comfortable with, um, which is how I ended up with the sleeve. But they hadn't had success with women and really didn't feel like it worked as well for women. So he was really pleased with me, um, which is good, because I always have a little bit of anxiety when I go in that he's not going to be happy, especially since I think I've only lost, according to his scale, like 6 pounds since I went in 3 months ago, which is in my mind, horrid, but whatever. Um, so that's about it. That was my doctor's appointment, uneventful. Looking forward to going back in March to losing, you know, 10 pounds and getting my surgery scheduled. And what I'm going to do to reach that goal is go back to eating the way I need to eat. I know what I need to do. I think we all know what we need to do. Even before we had this surgery, we knew it. We just chose not to, or whatever. Like he asked me today if I wanted to meet with the nutritionist, and I was like, not really. He's like, do you need to meet with her? Not really. She's not going to tell me anything different than what I already know. So what am I meeting with her? And she's just going to ask me the same questions you just asked me, and I'm going to give her the same answer. So why am I meeting with her? So I didn't meet with her. I really just need to stop with cookies. Stop with cookies. Not hard. And exercise more consistently, which I was doing. But then I stopped. So I'm going to get on the treadmill today. I'm dressed to get on the treadmill. And I typically, if I put it on, I'm going to get on the treadmill. Um, so I'm trying to think of what else I can tell you. Oh, I can tell you something good about myself. This past Saturday, the 19th, I had my commencement for my master's program. So I am officially graduated and have my degree, and I would show it to you all right now, except it's upstairs and I don't feel like going to get it. And I can't pause this to go get it, and I'm sure you all don't want to wait. So I'm done with that. Don't know what I'm going to do with it, but very, very proud to be done. I did far better in graduate school. I graduated with a 3.9 than I did um, in undergrad. And I didn't work. Well, I did work in undergrad my last 2 years, but I only worked part time. Um, and I didn't have children or a husband. And I think I graduated undergrad with a 2.4, and I had a 3.9 in graduate school. Working full time, 2 little kids, and my husband, and a house to clean and things. So proud of my accomplishment. Um, that's about it. I don't want this video to be long because my last one was a half hour, and hopefully this one is short. But this is probably like the 8th attempt to make this video. And then every time I start to make one, I get a brain fart because I remember all the things I said in the previous video, but I can't remember if I've said it in this one. So if I've repeated myself a couple times, I apologize. But I'm done. I hope everyone has a great Thanksgiving. Um, and let's try not to overindulge. Okay, have a good one. Talk to you all soon. Bye bye.